Should you use Rekordbox? When asked what DJ software somebody should use, I can honestly say I've never recommended Rekordbox. It's not because I don't like it, it's just because I never gave it a shot. Anyone who knows me knows that I was a very dedicated Serato user for a very long time. For a while there, Serato was the club standard, and as much as I hate to admit it, nowadays, that title goes to Rekordbox. Rekordbox was first released by Pioneer DJ in September of 2009. It began life as a music management tool for CDJs, letting DJs prepare playlists, set cues and loops, and analyze music on their computer before performing. So who should be using Rekordbox? Well, let's take a look at the software and we'll revisit the question after. When I first opened Rekordbox, the thing I noticed immediately was that the interface looked really busy. There's a lot to process, and for a beginner, it can be kind of intimidating. On first launch, you're going to see two panels. Both of these panels focus on your library, which at first look seemed a bit redundant. I love it though. I love being able to be in two different playlists at one time. I kind of wish it acted like DJay Pro, where I have my playlist up top and my external hard drive on the bottom, so I have my complete library, but regardless, it's still a really cool feature. One cool thing Rekordbox does is that you can actually take your library panels and pop them out into a separate window. Now, I don't know who's using dual monitors for their DJ setup or how this is useful in any way, but it's still really cool. If you're an AlphaTheta fan, you're gonna love the look and feel of Rekordbox. It's very flat and it's very clean. You even have some options to customize the interface to make it work better for your workflow. For example, when you first start the software, your cue points are in a list. I wasn't a big fan of that, but in the settings I could change it to pads, which works a little better for my workflow. As far as tweaking goes, Rekordbox is somewhere between Serato and Virtual DJ. There's a ton of things that you can change under the hood, and it's not nearly as complicated as doing it as it is in Virtual DJ. I would say it's not too bad, but it's enough to get you in trouble if you don't know what you're doing. Rekordbox is jam-packed with really awesome features, my favorite being its integration with cloud services. You see, DJ software relies on databases, and in order to have a complete backup of your software and music, you always have to have a backup of that database. Rekordbox does this for you by uploading your database to the cloud. And if that wasn't enough, you can set the software up to back up all of your playlists and music automatically. The cool part? This functionality is available even at the lowest tier price point. However, the more money you pay, the more storage you get in the cloud. All you need is a Dropbox or Google Drive subscription and you're ready to go. One really cool trick that Rekordbox does is allows users to make collaborative playlists. Using the cloud functionality, you can add users to a playlist and they can edit that playlist in real time. This is a really awesome feature, especially if you're a DJ that often does like back-to-back sets. Keep in mind that collaborative playlists are only available at the highest price tier though. Why? Don't worry, we're going to talk about those price tiers in a minute. One feature I immediately wanted to test in Rekordbox is the beat grids. You see, I'm super spoiled. I have DJay Pro, and DJay Pro's beat grids are amazing. But after testing out Rekordbox, I can tell you with 100% certainty that DJay Pro's beat grids are still the best in the game. I knew it! When you analyze music in Rekordbox, a little pop-up shows up that asks you how you want the music analyzed. You have three options: normal, dynamic, or auto. Normal will grid the track at a steady BPM, while dynamic will show changes or fluctuations in the BPM while the track is playing. It's very similar to DJay Pro's dynamic beat grids, except for the fact that it doesn't work nearly as good. To test how good dynamic analysis is, I analyzed the transition track. It starts at 128 BPM and goes all the way down to 90 BPM. Rekordbox did follow the tempo to a T initially. The track showed 128 BPM at the house portion of the song, and when it got down to the hip hop portion of the song, it did show 90 BPM. Then I let the track play, and things didn't turn out so great. I noticed the BPM started climbing, and it was slow at first, and then it became a little quicker, but at the end of it, it was at 180 BPM. It essentially doubled the tempo of the track in the BPM display. I did some more testing with transitions and my results were consistent. Most would show BPM climbs when the tempo didn't change at all. Whack. What would a DJ software be if it didn't have stems? Rekordbox has them, but to my surprise, they aren't available until you actually activate them in the settings. Once you do activate stems in the settings, a little pop-up window appears and it tells you that it needs to download the stems engine. Kind of weird that it's not just built into the software, but whatever. Just keep that in mind if you do decide to go with Rekordbox. Make sure you activate stems while you're at home and you have internet. As far as the quality of the stems, well, Rekordbox left a lot to be desired. Compared to programs like Serato, Virtual DJ, or DJay Pro, Rekordbox's stems just were not up to par, which was a real letdown. We can't talk about DJ software without mentioning streaming services. Rekordbox, like other DJ software, has access to all of the major streaming services. It also allows you to be logged into all of them at one time. I hate the idea of DJs streaming their music, but for the people who do, this is a really clutch feature. When it comes to performance, Rekordbox is no slouch. The program opens and closes fast, and it's buttery smooth when you're using it. In my time using Rekordbox, it didn't stutter or crash once. And whether I was using a controller or my DVS setup, the experience was consistent. I will go on record saying that Rekordbox is rock solid. There are other features like auto mix, song suggestions, and a built-in mixer in case you want to practice your mixes without using any hardware. The auto mix isn't bad, but it's nowhere as good as Virtual DJ or DJay Pro, but the song suggestions are generally pretty good. As great as the software is, it does have its downsides. The very first one that comes to mind is hardware support. If you aren't using AlphaTheta or Pioneer hardware, then you aren't using Rekordbox.
What?
For someone like me, it's not a big deal. I'm a Pioneer fanboy. However, if you're gonna consider using Rekordbox, just always keep in the back of your mind that you are forever locked into AlphaTheta or Pioneer hardware. One thing I can't get over with Rekordbox is the price. I thought Serato was the absolute worst when it came to pricing, but AlphaTheta literally walked in and said, "Here, hold my beer." Yes, Rekordbox is free, but there are certain features that are stuck behind a paywall. For example, I need DVS support, and in order to get that, I had to go to the second tier. There are 4 tiers, the first one being the free plus cloud storage, which is not free, it's $11 a month, and they go all the way up to professional, which is $36 a month. All the versions do include some version of cloud music storage, and each tier offers more available features in the software. I hate subscriptions, but the one thing I hate more is tiered subscriptions. It's bad enough that you're charging monthly for software, but it's even worse that you have to pay more to get certain features.
That's bullshit.
I think it's absolute robbery, and AlphaTheta should consider a different approach. Getting back to our first question, so who is Rekordbox for? Well, I would say if you aspire to be a club DJ or play large festivals, you should 100% be using Rekordbox. Most, if not all, clubs use some form of Pioneer equipment, and I think it just makes sense to stay in that ecosystem. Overall though, I would say Rekordbox is a really good software. The program does a ton, it's stable, and after all, it is a club standard. Personally, I would never use it. I find it to be a bit too much, and there's other software that has more appealing features to me. But viewers, I leave it up to you. What do you think of Rekordbox? Leave it in the comments. If you made it to the end of this video, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching. If you found anything valuable in the content, please subscribe to the channel. We have a bunch of videos going over the tech that we use as DJs with a lot more coming down the pipeline. My name is Seth Velez, aka DJ Seth V. This is DJ Tech Tips. Thank you for watching, and we out!